Hello and welcome to GPTV on Tuesday the 15th of August, Gary.
You got it right, Phil. Very well done. It is Tuesday the 15th of August.
Gee, the year's just flying past, but before we get into it, before you say anything, Gary, shout out to my lovely mum and dad.
Hey.
My mum's birthday was on the 13th,
happy
which
birthday,
is Sunday.
Pauline.
My dad's birthday was on the 10th.
Happy birthday,
Their
David.
wedding anniversary is this month.
What a celebration time.
I've got to tell you, I've been going out for dinner just about every night with all these celebrations. I'm exhausted.
It's like a Kingston festival, isn't it? In the
It
House
is.
of Kingston.
Anyway, happy birthday. Shout out to my parents. It was lovely to take you out for dinner. Before we get stuck into the week that was, and it was a great week, I just want to take Gary to task.
Hey, do you reckon there's any other real estate show that talks about family like we do and gets involved in the intricacy and politics
I think
of
the viewers are
everything?
interested in our personal lives. And
Maybe
if they're
so.
not, well, you've just got to suffer through this
Exactly right.
garbage.
Until we get to real estate.
Until we get to real estate. But I do want to take the viewers up.
Oh, you're not going to do this.
I am, Gary, because I'm seriously, can I word the word pissed off on the show?
I don't
Well,
know.
I
You
probably
have.
shouldn't. I'm going to get, my father's going to ring me and say I shouldn't have said that.
Right.
But
more shame for the family.
I am seriously annoyed with you and your continual stupidity. Viewers, as you well know, Gary is a controlled gambler.
That is
But
a
then
champion,
again, then again, what gambler's not controlled? Anyway, whether it's the cards or it's the casino or the racetrack.
You give me a bad image.
And viewers, the trust account does require 2 signatures, so everything's
My
good
mother
there.
always said, just lose what you can afford to, Gary.
Yes, yes.
And that's all of your money and my money.
Anyway, he's conned me into going into a horse with him because he fancies this horse.
Oh.
It's an expensive horse,
Fantastic.
and he wants the joy of of the photographs and all of that sort of thing. He just doesn't want to pay for it.
This will be the Melbourne Cup film
Yeah.
next year. We'll just be saying, "Oh, sorry, Sheik,"
Yeah.
and we'll just be moving past the Sheik.
He sucked me into buying.
Sorry, Lloyd Williams,
He
back there.
sucked me into buying a horse with him, and I want to tell you, the horse ran recently, and this is the email.
We're going to be first.
This
Phil.
is the email.
Lloyd second, the Sheik third.
This is the email I get. It sounds like one of my school reports. Hello, Philip. After last week's fiasco, that's not a good start to an email.
Didn't win that bet.
One Man Grand, which is the name of this dumb horse. So I'm going to read it again.
Attack its intellectual credibility.
After last week's fiasco, One Man Grand has been quite disinterested. Well, the horse has got a choice, has it, to be interested or disinterested? And again, it sounds like one of my report cards.
Yes.
After last week's fiasco, One Man Grand has been quite disinterested in his work. So Sheila, of course, we've got Sheila the
she
trainer.
trained the Melbourne Cup.
So Sheila has recommended
Empire
we give
Rose.
him, wait for this, a 2 to 3 week freshen up commencing today, and he will head to Golden Gully. Well, good on you for going on holiday to Golden Gully. When he returns, we will do a week or so of other techniques like schooling, dressage, etc., to keep his mind fresh and on the job. This is getting more stupid, by the way. This is a horse. Right?
I think we should go up and see it do its
Wait for
dressage,
there's
Phil.
more. Sheila does think he has ability, but he also has some hang-ups.
Well, that's okay.
So
you should be able to relate to that. You've got hang-ups too.
Keeping his mind fresh will be part of the battle in getting the best out of him on race day. So, I've got a solution. McDonald's. McDonald's.
As far as people, as animal rights people,
I've got to
watching
tell you,
this,
with the
Phil.
greatest of respect to animal rights, this horse is
Don't talk that way, Phil. If you want to take the horse to McDonald's with you, you take it there.
If you're thinking about buying a horse with Gary, this email says everything about the stupidity of gambling to start with, and the absolute stupidity of horse ownership. Horses are not assets; they are mindless fools. Invest in real estate, and that is the message.
We've got partners in that horse watching this show, Phil.
Well, and I'm feeling like naming and shaming those partners.
No, don't do that. The horse will win the Melbourne Cup. They can go and buy a block of flats each.
I've got that. It was a cathartic experience. I've got that off my chest. Let's talk about something that will make you money, viewers. If you list a property with Gary Peer & Associates, again, we've smashed the industry clearance by coming in at 88%.
We have
clearance
put the
rates.
tower up there. Against the industry average, Philip.
74, Gary. 74.
88 beats 74 every time. Phil. We love the
And a shout out
weekend.
to our entire team, because at our sales meeting yesterday, Gary, we did talk about the fact that we really do have the best people,
Yes.
we have the best systems, we have the best
processes,
procedures,
yeah.
and that enables us to get the best clearance rates in the industry nationally.
Well, we've got some evidence of that too over this weekend. You'll see a little bit of a snap interview from one of our vendors, Philip. But let's just review some of our auctions, because we were all over the place, from Ormond to Armidale to St Kilda to Caulfield and everywhere in between, Elsternwick as well. We had a great result in the morning in Dalmore Road. That was your morning auction, Philip. in
I'd like
Ormond.
to say a special shout out to the owners of Dalmore
Well, why don't
Road.
you do it
I'm
if you'd
going
like
to.
to?
I'm not sure I'm going to use their name. They might want their privacy.
Yeah.
But we sold for
An undisclosed price, Philip.
We sold a beautiful house for a fabulous family who are actually the parents of another fabulous family that we've had a number of transactions for. So you know who I'm talking about. A special shout out to that family, because they have been not only so good to our business, they are the most delightful people to work with. And that's the joy of our business, Gary.
It is, Philip.
We deal with generations of people, and we're lucky.
Now,
We're blessed.
talking about that, Philip.
Except when it comes to the equine area, equine.
Not so good in the equine area, Philip, but thankfully we were good in the property area. Philip, Grieve Street, St Kilda was auctioned a second time on Saturday.
Yes, by our firm.
And that's a bit of a theme that we're going to talk a bit more about, but that was sold for a second time, or auctioned for a second time.
Yes.
Lo and behold, it didn't sell last auction. We put it through the ring again, so to use a horse racing term, Phil, and it was sold on Saturday night. Lamore, well done to her. She was in Grieve Street at midnight.
So it was,
which is
and I'm
always
gonna
an interesting place to
I'm going
be.
to be very careful
Yeah.
with what I say here,
Yeah.
but it did cause a
bit of a commotion.
rattle of laughter in our sales meeting on Monday when Lamore said she was late. She was walking the street in Grieve Street at
yeah.
11:45, putting this deal together,
So,
and obviously Grieve Street.
She made the joke, so it's not inappropriate.
No,
she
correct.
sent through the image saying, Gary
Hard at
Peer
work.
girls hard at work at Grieve Street at midnight. So well done to Lamore and to Simon. 22
Grieve
Masters.
Street, I've got to tell you though, is cleaning its act up. It is
yeah.
still a somewhat
Yes.
of an interesting area, but it's
Colourful
well on
area.
its way to gentrification, and we would recommend
You
going
know,
around there.
I described you as a colourful auctioneer one time, and your father actually shot me down because he said, colourful is not necessarily a complimentary term, Philip.
Well, I'm pretty sure you weren't trying to be complimentary.
Well,
anyway, good to see, Dad.
Yeah.
You're looking out for me.
Came to your defence.
Yeah.
22 Master Street. Now, here we go, Phil.
Oh, Gary.
3,300 views on Sky News, Phil.
Gary,
Yeah.
I've got to tell you, that has had the most wonderful feedback, both from the interviewers on Sky News who are referring to you as an excellent auctioneer, and
can't believe it, as we say in South Africa.
They were saying what
Yeah.
an excellent auctioneer, and they were
was nice.
thinking what a handsome auctioneer you were too. They just didn't publicly say it.
I'm
But
glad
I know
you-
that's what
I'm
they were
glad
thinking.
you know what they're
But
thinking,
you've had
Phil.
lots of feedback, and I
Yeah.
reckon you may well get a gig on Sky News if I don't get there first.
Is that right? Well, Philip, I always get nervous when I arrive anywhere there's cameras in my face. I thought, what have I been found out to have done?
Correct.
But thankfully, this time it was a positive one, Phil.
You have had your share of bad publicity.
That's not true. Philip, Armidale Street, Armidale. That was a terrific result. The reserve was 510 in the range.
This is a nice story, Gary.
And it sold for 600 under intense competition to someone who turned up on the day.
But a special shout out to the vendors of that property, because
great
they are
people.
beautiful people that have been our clients since the very first year that we set up our
In fact,
business.
one of our very first sales they purchased, and they rented
Correct.
out through us, and they've been there through our whole history of 31
So a
years.
special shout out, and I think, Gary, let's send them something nice this
Yeah,
week, over and above the normal gift we would give a vendor.
Fair enough,
Yeah.
Phil.
Let's go out and spend a bit of extra money on these people,
Let's
Gary,
do
because
it, Bob.
they've been with us right from the start, and they are the only people that stay with us.
Pretty much. 14 Rowan Street, Elsternwick. Now, what a story this is, Philip. Sold on Sunday morning at 10:30 a.m.
Is the price disclosed?
The price is disclosed.
Wow,
disclosed,
what
Philip.
a price.
$3,750,000. A home that's been in the same family for many, many years, in excess of 40, Philip.
With a great
but,
history too, this house, Gary.
Interesting history. We did do GPTV there last week.
did.
But fascinating is that, and we can say this now, is that we were the fourth agent to have a crack
Yes.
at that property. The other
First
three
agent
agents,
auctioned it.
no, the first agent actually had an expression of interest.
Failed,
Second,
failed dismally.
don't say failed.
Gary,
They didn't sell it.
They,
You don't
they
need to
failed
be-
dismally. We're not going to
Doesn't
name and
mean
shame
How was it dismal? They
because
just
the
didn't get a
vendors
result.
were very upset.
No, I don't think they were so very upset. They
Oh,
were, just
Gary,
didn't get a
Gary,
result. Don't
I
be
know
bitchy.
that. I know. Look, I'm not
Don't
going to
be,
name
you
and
are.
shame that agent. It doesn't matter, but it's fair and reasonable. Look, it's a much better story if we It's a much better story.
Okay, go for it, yeah. No,
First agent fails dismally.
No, it doesn't
with
fail
an expression
dismally.
of interest campaign.
No, it
the
didn't fail
second
dismally.
agent had an auction and
it didn't happen, Phil.
and
It didn't sell.
Didn't happen.
The third one was a private sale. Didn't sell.
Didn't sell.
And no disrespect to the agent, but it just so happens that we brought it to auction and had a very competitive result and a great outcome.
And the vendors, and this is what I'm very proud to say,
Yes.
because we didn't
They
know,
watch
we
GPTV.
didn't know what the price
They'll
was.
be
gonna-
watching it right now.
Can you stop interrupting? We didn't know what the price was going
Lucky
to
to
be.
get a word
We
in.
did know that
Yeah.
we were going to have a competitive
We thought we
auction.
were, Phil.
And the vendors said this to me, and you were listening because you were there, but they directed the comment to me because clearly they went to the charismatic one of the two of us. And they said, Philip, even though you were the one that looked after them from start to finish, but they directed their comments at me. They said to me that, Philip, we just want to tell you that regardless of the outcome, the way that the team from Gary Peer and Associates have handled the campaign from start to finish has been outstanding. And they were very happy.
Well, I did say that. We've got some commentary on film, which we put on a quick little snap for the
Let's
interview.
put it up
Just a
there.
quick snap for the interview.
So we're in 14 Rowan Street with Lisa, one of our vendors. We've just sold it for well over reserve, and it's the first time it's been sold in over 40 years. How do you feel, Lisa?
Relieved, excited, and I really feel that the campaign has been exceptional and it's honoured the house and its potential. So I'm really thrilled for the new buyers because they're going to create a whole new future for themselves here, which just carries it to another level, and it's just a lovely way of ending our relationship with the house.
Over 40 years, it's always nice to have a new family come in and actually enjoy the home as this family looks like they're going to. They're so excited about it. Doesn't that make you feel great?
Oh, it's wonderful. It's a wonderful outcome, and I think, we can all feel like we've given everything to present this house well and its full potential, and with your help, Gary, it's been a fantastic outcome. So we're really thrilled, and we've been really pleased with the level of professional attention to detail and that consistent campaigning style that you've brought to this. So thank you. Everyone's relieved because it's part of who we are. This is part of our lives, and I think everyone wants a good outcome, and this is an exceptional outcome. So it all means that we can move on with our lives and we can have positive final memory with this house, and that's the thing that matters to all of us.
Thanks, Liz. Congratulations. Thanks
Thank
for letting
you.
us be part of this great day. Cheers.
Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you very much for that. Lisa, one of the vendors.
Yes.
And a
Lovely people.
Great outcome,
Lovely
lovely people.
Great
and,
house.
and it was so good to be able to, other than just, of course, make a sale, it was really good to be able to come through for them because they were a really delightful
absolutely.
family and they deserved a good competitive auction, and that's what they got.
And I'm going to pay you a very small compliment, Gary.
Yeah.
You certainly did run a very, very thorough campaign,
hope
as
so.
we do on all of our properties.
course.
But very rarely do you have any involvement in anything, and this one you did. So it was good to see that you've still got it. You haven't lost it.
So I can take September off now, is that what you're saying?
You just took part of August off, didn't
Let's
you?
keep going. 44 Bruna Road, Phil.
Golf last week.
44 Aruna Road, Phil. Let's talk a little about that one because that is a home that's been, again, the same family for many years. A beautiful home, an emotional sale.
Generational home, Gary.
And we won't say too much more except that it did get sold, Philip.
It did.
And
Big crowd,
congratulations to the vendor.
big crowd. We
And the buyer.
We had an auction. We passed it in at auction, and then there was a team from Gary Peer and Associates of about 8 of us that were there for the next almost 2 hours negotiating to a lovely, lovely couple that have bought a beautiful home. But it did take a huge amount of effort post auction,
It was
which
a
we're
long
very
one.
good at because we've got lots of effort.
I did go home in
Happy
the
to
dark.
bring lots of effort to
I
the
did go
table.
home in the dark from that auction, Phil, actually. So it was a long, long negotiation. Phil, the other one that was interesting where we do have a, is it disclosed or not? I'm trying to, oh no, it's not undisclosed. Cedar Street sold for $1,295,000.
Again, a second auction, Gary.
So there was a bit of a theme, Phil, of don't lose hope if you don't sell it the first time at auction, because often it's the second time that it happens. And in the case of Rowan,
I know this is going to sound like a little bit of self-serving
Commercial,
statement, but
it's boasting. It's about to make a boast.
It's not a boast.
It's going to be a
It's
boast.
We have a number of second auctions where the first one hasn't been successful, but we've stuck by the client week in.
And they've stuck by us.
Well, that's
thank
right.
you.
But they'd only stick with us if they could see true commitment.
Well, that's true.
And we've brought it in, and this is probably about the 20th re-auction we've had of properties over the last couple of years. And I think, without exception, everyone's been successful.
You're right, Philip. Once again, I can't doubt that. And
We will never give up until the sold sticker is on the board.
It's been an action.
And we drive away in our shiny leased BMWs. Back to the office.
So they don't get repossessed. Phil,
Correct.
we've got a big weekend coming up. There's been some quality going through now, some great listings coming through,
Yes.
and some exciting results. And Aruna Road and Rowan Street, probably two of the biggest sales in Melbourne, I would have thought,
Yes.
over the weekend. But this weekend,
Big
Philip,
Sunday it was, Gary.
it was a big weekend altogether. But this weekend we've got 15 auctions, Philip, over a variety of
Before
suburbs.
we get into that, Gary,
Yeah.
just want to remind the viewers, if you're listing with us today,
Yeah.
you're now late September, early October.
Did you hear that? That was my stomach rumbling, Phil. Go on.
Well, if you ate a proper breakfast, Gary,
I don't eat
you
breakfast.
wouldn't.
Not
Do you
interested.
know breakfast is the most important meal of the
No,
day?
I don't eat breakfast. Coffee's the most important meal of the day.
Anyway, spring's here. The end of the year is almost here, Gary. And
It's
if you
upon
don't
us.
get your roller skates on, viewers, to list your property with us, you'll be
Yeah.
talking about 2018.
Exactly, or you'll be singing jingle bells at your auction because it'll be right into the heart of December, Philip, and which is nothing wrong with that either, but I
Jingle
think a bit
bells.
earlier. Well, I like jingle bells. It was always one of my favourites. Phil, we have double auction action this Saturday at
How many auctions
10:30.
did you say we've got this weekend, Gary?
We've got 15, Philip,
Yep.
but we start off early, bright and early. It's not double auction action, it's a 10 a.m. Auction, Philip, in the wonderful suburb of Clarinda. We love Clarinda.
Yes, we do.
And the Carnegie office services that area beautifully, Philip.
It does, Gary, and we're doing just more and more and more there. And this is 5 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, plenty of off-street car parking, beautifully renovated throughout. You've got stone bench tops, stainless steel appliances, parquetry, polished timber floorboards, an outdoor alfresco area. That's a great family home, and we do love that
Do you know,
spot.
you and me, we're is it redundant when you're made redundant, or is it just, I don't know, on
Well, you
Saturdays?
should have been made redundant.
Well, I'm just about to be, and so were you, because Saturdays we can't get a gig on Saturday. for
Are you
auctions.
telling me I'm
Yeah.
not working this
You're
Saturday?
doing one auction Saturday, and I'm doing one auction Saturday.
Wow,
And all the
wow.
rest of there's about another 6 or 7 on, and we can't get a look in, Phil. I think we just.
Do you know, we've got
is it time?
Well,
is
there's
it finished?
six,
Are we
there's,
done?
there's 6 auctioneers, and maybe there's a message
Yeah,
coming
maybe
through from
there
the
is.
team that do choose the auctioneers.
I don't know if
that,
you or me, both of
no,
us maybe.
out to,
It's
we'll be
stinky.
out to pasture like
Yeah.
that stupid horse, one-man grand.
It's a champion of the
At
making.
least they can't.
Stay
At
with
least
it.
viewers can't say we're disinterested.
No, that's true, Philip. 2 at 3 Nelson Street. That one goes up on Saturday morning at 10:30. I've got the auction honours, Phil.
You do, Gary. What a great location that is. 3.5 bedrooms, 1.5 bathrooms, and a lock-up garage. That is a turnkey home. It's immaculate inside, and check out that deck at the back. It's just fabulous. That's a good property, Gary.
got
I
an-
love it.
we've got an
I love
11
that area too. Princess Park on your doorstep. Cafes around the corner, both in Hawthorne Road and Bamber Road.
Phil, we're working with Find the Best Agent, and they did find the best agent.
Yes,
Jeremy
Gary.
Rosens at this terrific apartment at 11 a.m. One at 119 Alma Road, St Kilda East.
Well, Gary, check out the architecture of this building. It really is a classic, and the phones run off the hook as the internet inquiries have been flowing in on this. What a gorgeous living room with that round dining room. You just don't see properties like this anymore. 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. That is, Gary, an exceptionally special property.
I was worried that we didn't have any double auction action, Philip, but we do at 11:30 in Glenhuntly Road. Is one of the first ones we have. We've got 2 in Caulfield South. This one Leor's doing, great looking property.
Gary, these single fronted houses, we can't get enough of them. 2.5 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, and plenty of off-street car parking. Nicely renovated throughout, Gary. Check out the polished timber floorboards, the stunning kitchen. But you get plenty of land there, and we really do love this style of real estate.
One of 3 of Leor's auctions on the weekend. We're bringing you out of semi-Saturday retirement, Philip, to the auction of 37 Satin Street. Have a look at this modern masterpiece.
Gary, I am very excited to be auctioning this property.
So you should be.
because this is really the most stunning home, beautifully built by the best of builders. This man does a magnificent job. We can certainly recommend him. Even if you're not a buyer but you want to see a stunning home, come down and see the level of attention and detail. The house was designed by David Edelman, Gary. 5 bedrooms,
Stunning.
4.5 bathrooms, double lock-up garage. This is a stunning home, and it's a real privilege for me to be able to auction that home.
We have some truly beautiful homes.
Might wear a new suit to that, Gary.
Why? No, you should. Take out suit number 74. I think that one's probably ready to be used again for the second time. Philip, 8 Jervis.
Yes, Jervois, Gary.
I was waiting for you to correct me.
Yeah.
I say Jervis, you say Jervois.
Well, that's because I'm the one that's got.
Got your head. That spot.
Jervis.
I'm going to call it
Jervois.
Joyvis. That's what
Jervois.
if I was in New York, I'd say, hey, get down to Joyvis Street. 12:30, Jeremy Rosen's.
Brooklyn. That's Joyvis,
is it?
Queens, actually,
Joyvis.
actually.
At the Joyvis
Yeah.
Street. Anyway, 12:30, Jeremy Rosen's auctions this one, together with Lamore. It's the second of his 3 auctions. But what a great look. We've got some schmick properties coming up this
Gary,
weekend,
we
Phil.
really are blessed to sell some of Melbourne's best homes in all the different categories of architectural style and price range. 3 bedrooms, 1 stunning bathroom, off-street car parking. Gary, this is St Kilda and St Kilda East at its finest. And of course, you've got the groove of Carlisle Street just beckoning you for breakfast, lunch and dinner.
We've got a monster-sized property, Philip, that we're auctioning at 1:30. Leo is very excited about this, and rightly so. He's
Look at you.
What?
Your stupid
I don't know
sleeves
why they
again.
pop out. It's
We really
just-
do need to go shopping, Gary, soon.
Phil,
Cutaways to his
sleeves, yeah, they're good, aren't they?
So long they need their own
I'm trying to
postcode.
bring them out, Phil. Kangaroo Road, Philip, he is hopping with excitement there. Kangaroo and how? Kangaroo and how? This one goes up at 1:30 on Saturday. One of my favourite posters is the Three Stooges poster, and it's a law firm. It's called Dewey, Cheatham and Howe. It's a good name for a law firm, isn't it? Tell us about that one, Phil. 1:30, Kangaroo and
I
Howe.
hope I hope we can get that up on screen. So
Dewey, Cheatham, I think it's called Dewey, Cheatham and Howe. It's a legal firm as they walk into the Three Stooges. Anyway,
I've got to tell you,
Champagne
half the
comedy.
viewers have never heard of the Three Stooges because
probably not.
most of them weren't born when you were watching
I don't
that
think
show.
anyone that young is watching this
Gary,
show.
this is a magnificent site, 1,825 square metres of land with 2 frontages, one to Kangaroo of 27.43 metres and one to Howe of 57 metres. So what a great opportunity, and how lucky is Lior to be marketing and auctioning that property. I'm jealous.
You should be jealous too, and you can take that jealousy to the
Great
next
job
auction.
he does as well.
In Patterson Road, Bentley, Jeremy Rosen's auctions this terrific property, Philip, in a great location.
Gary, beautiful polished timber floorboards throughout. This is 3 bedrooms, 1.5 bathrooms, off-street car parking, beautiful kitchen. I think that's really good real estate.
Talking about really good real estate, we start Sunday in Dean Avenue, and this property is well known to us both, Philip.
Yes.
And it's actually somewhat of a landmark. A magnificent home at 6A Dean Avenue.
Viewers, I want to shout out to Michael Factor
Yeah.
Architecture.
He is
because
very good, isn't he?
He is.
Yeah.
Well, that design firm, that architectural firm's done some of Melbourne's best work, and we're blessed to not only be marketing this home, which is his own home, his family's own home,
Wow.
but we do sell quite a bit for clients that use him. And
Yep.
every time we have a property designed by Michael Factor, it sells very well. This is a stunning property. I think
Sure
he's done
is.
the most beautiful job there.
I love that street too. It's a great spot, Phil.
Well, Gary, not only is it a brilliant street, beautiful tree-lined street,
Yes,
but
it
this is
is.
on the north side of the street.
Yes.
And the entertaining areas all orientating around a north-facing,
Floodlit.
beautifully landscaped courtyard garden. It is a stunning home.
Double auction action continues, and Philip, you've got a very busy day on Sunday. You've got lots and lots of actions, although our last auction at Cedar Street's gone, so you
Yes,
finished
good,
a little earlier.
good.
But this is in Alexander Street, and Jeremy Roses does this one.
Gary, what a stunning property this is. The 2 bedrooms, 1.5 bathrooms, a lock-up garage, and what a great location. We love Alexandra Street. We're just in love with St Kilda East. Viewers, if you want to buy an investment, focus on St Kilda East,
Yes.
because it is a suburb that we think there is tremendous growth to be had, because it's serviced so well by things like Carlisle Street, the tram and the train and parks. It's wonderful.
I reckon on
Wonderful.
Sunday-
You go to a food market in St Kilda East in Alma Road, don't you?
The what?
A food market
What food market?
in Alma Road.
Oh, you're talking about the Hank Marvin Market on a Saturday.
It's
Is that what
called
you're
the
talking
Hank
about?
Marvin.
It's called the Hank
Mar-
Marvin Market, yeah.
Why is it the Hank Marvin market?
There's a good reason for it, but I forget it, and it's actually a clever, good reason. But anything clever, unless it's related to horses, I forget about. Because
Yeah.
horses I know about, because
Yeah.
one man grants a champion. But Phil,
Speaking of August, Gary, the
horse's
birth-
birthday
On what
the
day?
1st. On the 1st of August, the horses turn an extra year older on the 1st of August. Phil,
Yeah, okay.
very exciting. 667.
It's been a racing theme today, hasn't it?
We're often racing
Yeah.
at this property in Inkerman Street, Philip, 667C Inkerman Road. Take us through this.
Speaking of viewers, remembering that I grew up on a farm and
Yep.
I had that many falls from horses.
Yeah.
Well, as soon as I could ride
Explains a
motorbike,
lot of
I
things,
got, well, it probably
those
does.
falls, yeah.
But we had a number of horses.
Yeah.
One horse was called Trigger.
I remember that horse. I had a racehorse called Trigger. I swear on my life, I had a racehorse called
Well,
Trigger.
you've had a horse called most things. 'Cause you've had so
Did
many
absolutely
race
nothing.
horses.
Never did anything.
And we also had one that was originally called Mick.
Yeah,
Just Nick.
Nick the horse.
Who calls a horse Nick?
Did it nick off in the end?
It did, I think. It was a dumb horse too, but the trigger wasn't that bright either. Anyway, this town residence in Inkerman that Leon Gusenfit has been looking after is stunning. Part of a really good development built by a gentleman that does some really good stuff. Three bedrooms plus 2.5 bathrooms, lock-up garage, car parking in front, and very, very schmick throughout, Gary, and a great location, walking distance to Caulfield Park.
I've got a photo of us at your farm with guns.
I
Can
think
we show
might-
that?
Well, let's show it. This is, you know, if you want to delve deep into the DNA of Gary Peer and Associates. It started when we were both 12, when we became very, very good mates. But this is the sort of stupidity that not only did we
Don't let your kids watch this
did
part,
we
yeah.
get up to, but this is the sort of stupidity my parents allowed me
Exactly
to,
right.
to
Exactly right.
have.
They've got a lot to answer for, haven't they?
Yeah, they do.
68A Balaclava Road. I love this home, Philip. 12:30.
My wife says, and
Yep.
she's a psychologist, Irene,
Yes.
quick shout out to Irene, of course, she says this show's therapy. It's
Yeah.
not a real estate show, it's just
Right.
therapy.
For whom?
For me to
Yeah,
get
fair
off
enough.
the burden of my childhood and the burden of knowing you. 68A Balaclava Road, Gary, I went through this a couple of weeks ago. The team of Krongold, Zellman, Fisher are looking after this, and this is a big home, Gary, 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, double lock-up garage, great part of Balaclava Road, so you're really in a location that's second to none, and that is a big glamorous house. I love it.
Talking about big, glamorous houses on Balaclava Road, you can actually go from auction to auction on a bike on this weekend because they're all really close on Sunday. Really, really
want me
close.
to?
I think you should. But Phil, there'll be no mucking around on this property because this is 19 Balaclava Road. This is a significant home, Philip, a magnificent period home that I can say has not been offered for sale for a very, very, very long time. Been the same family who have cared for it meticulously. It's a credit to them. We are so excited to bring this to the market.
19
130.
Balaclava Road, St Kilda East, on the corner of Vadler Avenue. So we've got
Great address.
two prestige addresses, Gary. I did the virtual tour here of this property. I really loved it because this is, I mean, I love period homes, and
Yes.
this has got a sense of style and intimacy about it that you feel good from the minute you arrive, let alone when you walk through the front door. That front sitting room is gorgeous, as is the dining room. It's got this incredible room upstairs, and then the back garden is just private and stunning. And Vadler Avenue, of course, is one of the area's finest streets.
No question
Beautiful
about it.
property. I'm looking forward to that auction.
I'm going to be there with you, Phil, that's for sure. Wouldn't miss that for anything. We finish off on Sunday at 2:30 p.m. in this terrific period home, Philip. Loving this too. 200A Canberra.
Well, here we are, Gary, sitting in Canbrook Road.
This is it?
4 bedrooms,
Yes.
2 magnificent bathrooms,
Great
plenty of
looking
off-street car parking.
Yeah.
Look, it's got what everybody wants, which is a gorgeous period facade.
It has.
But then it opens up to have the most flowing floor plan. We're currently sitting in the dining room, which walks through to the lounge room behind us. But it's the Kitchen Meals family room where it really opens up as a contemporary home. Overlooks a private rear garden. I think this is the perfect house because it's in a price range that sits very comfortably for a lot of people.
Yes.
But it's got the period charm, but the usability of 2017. So I think this is a standout property, Gary, and one of the best of its types that we've had.
We're looking forward to seeing it at the auction at 2:30 on Sunday. That brings down
Yes.
the curtain on a very big weekend of some fine homes, Philip. It's been an interesting winter because the volume, like most winters, hasn't been that high, although it's been a bit higher than last year, but the quality's been great. It's been some
We've
really
had some
beautiful
amazing
homes.
Before we wrap up the show,
Yeah,
Gary,
which we need to do.
shout out to the Melbourne Football Club.
I was
that
gonna
are-
say,
that are continuing
yes,
to
they're
make
in the 8.
my life and my family's life one
they're in the 8.
of it's a precarious existence being a Melbourne supporter.
Yeah.
Shout out, of course, to the St Kilda Football Club that
Let you through. Let you through.
Thankfully, let us
Yeah.
through. But Gary, August, the grand finals coming up. School holidays will be upon us in a moment. Spring is well and truly in the air. Of last weekend's any guide because it was bright and
Yes.
sunny.
And one man grand is just, the wind's just looming around the corner, isn't it, Philip?
Gary,
it's been a grand edition.
It's been a good show today. I've
GPTV.
enjoyed the
It's
show
been fun,
today.
hasn't it?
We've
Yeah.
had some fun.
And frivolity, haven't we,
We
Phil?
have viewers. Thank you, as always, for watching this show because we make it for you. We enjoy your feedback. Thanks for watching. I'm Philip Kingston. Have the best week.
I'm Gary Peer. We'll see you next time.